Thank you, Urmas. Thank you, colleagues. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude to my colleague shadows, not only the shadows in this occasion, but the shadows for the past term, in which we have an excellent collaboration trying to frame the EU relation with Turkey's authorities and the country. It's a very frustrating position to be rapporteur on Turkey. Some of my colleagues dealing with other countries, they notice some progress or not, but in the case of Turkey, my position as rapporteur for the last year has been very frustrating, and I would like to convey to you this personal feeling. At the same time, I would like to express my gratitude to the Turkish authorities. Despite any level of criticism, they have been completely open to facilitate my contacts, opening channels to contact to every authority, a very close and frequent contact with Ambassador Kaimachi, who is doing an excellent job to facilitate my job, and I would like to underline this. The Commission report on Turkey could be depicted as a no progress situation, but no progress after reaching the worst level on democratic standards in the last years, meaning no progress is not a kind of neutral stagnation. This is a low-level situation in the democratic standard without any kind of improvement. And I thought, well, it's true. This no progress depiction means it's impossible to worsen the situation. No, it's possible. It has been possible for the late weeks to worsen the situation of the democratic standards in Turkey for many reasons that are depicted in the draft report. The main rationale of the report is let's distinguish clearly the accession process, meaning it's a rules-based process, it's a normative process, from the other parts of the other facets of the relation. Why is this so important? Because the Turkish authorities are always mixing up the accession with the other part of the relation, and they are offering the public opinion in Turkey this idea: we are very important from the geopolitical point of view. They need us. How these guys are not accepting us as members? And my task has been for years to explain to the public opinion accession process is about democracy. And we can deal with Turkey in many other aspects, in geopolitical, military, security, trade, whatever you can mention. But accession process is about democratic standard. And then one of the ideas of the report is to distinguish clearly, even in the structures of report. Because sometimes, be very welcome, Mr. Ambassador, I mentioned your name just a second ago. Why is so important? Because after this intended confusion for the public opinion, there is a blurring situation in which whatever are the merits regarding democratic standard, the idea of the Turkish authorities is we have to be members, and for that reason we have to distinguish clearly, even in the structure, as I said, the accession process from the other. As I always say to my Turkish interlocutors, the more you are depicted as a key partner, the less as you consider as a candidate country. And the fact that Mrs. von der Leyen, wrongly, is never mentioned in Turkey when she talks about the candidate countries is very rude, because Turkey is formally a candidate country. It has to be included in the list of the candidate countries, and Mrs. von der Leyen is not doing for the last at least year. The idea of the Turkish authorities is not facilitating the membership of Turkey. Is a strategic blindness of the European Union. Again, mixing both parts of the relation in a way that I sometimes feel myself trying to play chess in a chessboard when my interlocutors are playing poker. And we have to agree on what is the field in which we have to examine the merits of Turkey to be a member of the European Union. Accession process is not to bargain. Accession process is about to comply with the benchmark. If there is no progress in the benchmark, forget about membership and let's deal with the other part of the relation. The situation of the democratic standard in Turkey is completely in shambles. As I said, in the last weeks has been even worse than before, and is depicted in the report. And then let's deal with the other parts of the relation. We have been very open in the Parliament about the customs union reshuffle or renewal. We have been very flexible, saying we want to have some democratic standard being examined during the process of the renewal of the customs union. We have been open, and sometimes the Turkish authorities, they are right when they comply about our delays on facilitating visas. It's true that Turkey is not complying with the benchmark to have a visa liberalization, but we have to deal with the visa facilitation for some part. It's very strange that we offer a grant to a student and we are not able to provide a visa for the student. This is a problem we have to solve, and probably there are similar problems with other parts. Migration finally has been the more normalized relation we have with Turkey under the umbrella of this declaration of the year 16. And on high-level dialogues, I insist, as we did in the last years, we have to resume every high-level talks, meaning Turkey is not ready to be a member of the European Union. There are no progress in the accession process, but we have to deal in many fields with Turkey. And then we have to not be cynical. Everybody is going to see Mr. Erdogan, but theoretically, the high-level talks are blocked or suspended, and then it's better to be realistic and to resume the high-level talks. Well, this is the dilemma. The dilemma is no progress in accession. Let's deal with our Turkish friends in many other fields in which our relation could be productive for both parts, but unhappily, there is no progress in the accession process. Thank you again for your time. Thank you to the colleagues. Welcome to the new shadows on Turkey. You are going to be frustrated, as I am, but this is part of the work, and I'm doing in my best. I'll do my best trying to depict it properly, our relation with this important country. Thank you. Thank you all for your works, and thank you for the trust. I think we have a good basis to continue our discussion in the Parliament. The Parliament always has been the more vocal in democratic standards. Inevitably, this is in the institutional role. The Parliament is the guardian of the values and principles, and we fully understand that the Council and the External Service and the Commission has to balance a little bit this principled approach with a real politic thing. But the discussion we had is a clear example of how difficult it is to have a common framework for our relation in singular with Turkey. Everyone has reminded the many problems regarding democratic standards, and then, as a consequence, no progress in the frozen accession process. At the same time, every one of the colleagues speaking underlined the importance of the relation with Turkey. Then my question that I advanced a couple of days ago, is the accession process functional? Because the idea that I launched a couple of years ago, it was, we need Turkey in many fields. We want to have a close relation with Turkey. But if the main framework of the relation is the accession process is becoming dysfunctional because there is no progress in the accession process. I know for sure that this is a very sensitive issue, and I receive a lot of pressure from the civil society in Turkey. Please keep the accession process as it is, even if it's not functioning. It's not driving for reforms. It's not being influential in the way the Turkish authorities are conducting the domestic policies. But please keep the accession process as it is, even with this lack of results regarding the accession process. So this is a dilemma in which we still reside today, and we have to to draft our report, having on one side the accession process frozen and many fields in which we need and we want to deal with Turkey. And the report and the draft report reflects this dilemma. And probably we are not solving the dilemma, but we are offering the European Union institution, the Parliament, a good picture and a good guide to continue our work with Turkey. My main criticism to the Council is Mr. Borrell produced a good paper in the autumn of the year 23. It's the guidelines. Why the hell the Council didn't endorse this guide? Because everything is there. It's practical, it's realpolitik, it's a good depiction of what has happened, but finally the Council never endorsed fully the Borrell's paper that could be a good guide for the relation with Turkey for the coming years. Thank you.